Coach?
I didn't do any. You know, you got to do too much for making it up. You know, so no, showed up, got to town, and then of course the other thing, you know, with regard to your team and the players and whatnot, you're kind of living it every day, so you pretty well know. You know.
Mike, you've had success with transfers, obviously. How do you manage the transfer portal with putting together roster management in a recruiting class?
It's kind of a moving target right now. I think people are adjusting to it a little more and more. You know, so far it hadn't hurt us. If we're not careful, that portal can become a free-for-all. I mean, if somebody can just transfer for whatever reason anywhere and be eligible, then then at some point we're going to end up taking scholarships from somebody that doesn't have a good year and giving them to some walk-on that does, I would imagine. I mean, so you want some structure to this thing, and I do think the portal has diminished some of that. It hasn't hurt us. I mean, in our case, guys that we've lost on the portal are either guys far enough down the depth chart that they want to get on the field and play, or else people that we were better off without anyway. And then, I don't know. I think people are still kind of getting used to be honest with you.
Speaking of transfers, Coach, can you talk about what you've seen from Gage Gubrud since he's arrived in Pullman, and what have you seen from him heading into fall camp?
Dedicated, hardworking player, smart, a student of the game. He looked good and looked good in spring. I mean, we had a lot of guys look good in spring, so it'd be very competitive for that position.
Prior to coming to Washington State, did he kind of catch your eye at Eastern Washington, and had you been kind of paying attention to him at all?
I always thought he was good at Eastern Washington. No, he's a really good player, and has kind of a presence and maturity to him, and has had a lot of success too as a player.
Can you talk about the process of bringing Deion McIntosh in this summer?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about him. I am?
I'm not sure.
Bill, anyways, guys that just recently on campus that we haven't practiced yet. I'm not sure NCAA-wise whether I'm allowed to talk about them.
No worries.
I'd like to.
Larry Scott said that the officiating was fundamentally sound after an independent report. That's a quote from him. However, in the report, I noticed it mentioned that they're going to try to avoid incidents like the one in the Washington State USC game. Do you have any comment on that?
I can't really comment on the officiating unless I want to invest a little more than I plan to, at least at this point. I think that I think in the end everybody wants the same thing. They want it to be as good as they possibly get it.
You had a chance to play Laviska Shenault last year. He's on the schedule again this year.
Play who?
Laviska Shenault from Colorado, the receiver.
Yeah.
How would you describe his game?
He's well. First of all, he's really good. I don't know. This really doesn't, it's vague enough, doesn't mean much. Really a smooth player. In other words, just like no wasted steps. He's a guy that has no wasted steps. Again, he's both quick and fast, and there's a difference. Quick is really the ability to separate or make somebody miss, in my mind, and then fast is just outrun somebody. And so he's got both of those things, but he's got a little power to him too. He's kind of got some thickness to, where he's stronger than a lot of people trying to tackle him.
What do you think your greatest improvement will be this year over last year?
Well, the one I always hope for is just playing together better as a team. We have a lot of guys back, so but if everybody's committed to improving, to being a better team, and we do improve from last year, we have enough guys back. We could be better than last year, without question. But we need to got to be committed to improving, you know, I mean, and I realize that, everybody thinks we're gonna get our head kicked in as usual. I don't expect that to be the case any more than it was last year at this time when speculation was similar. So, that's the great thing about us is every season, everybody thinks we're gonna get our head kicked in, and then we don't, so everybody gets to be stunned and surprised. So it's fun for everybody.
Can you talk a little bit about your offense seems to do real well, but in the Apple Cup and Jimmy Lake, Pete Kwiatkowski's defense, you've struggled a little bit. Why is that?
Well, I think everybody has. Their defense, they have quality defense. It goes, a long ways back, clear back to Boise, so, the question, it goes far, at least as far back as Justin Wilcox, and it may go before him. And I suspect it does, and then I'm not sure who his influences were, but, it's a good sound defense. And then the other thing is the Huskies have really good quality players, and, so they're a challenge for anybody.
Is it a matchup where it's just not a good fit for the offense?
There's been some, I think a lot of the credit just goes to the Huskies and their ability to, they play well. They got a good unit, they got good players, they're well coached and do a good job. And then there's, the other thing, we just gotta keep improving. We've, you can check it if it's, but I think we've won more games than anybody the last 3 years. So, we got to keep doing that.
You had a chance to walk down Hollywood Boulevard at all?
Oh, I have before. It's kind of cool. I'll tell you, if you haven't eaten Lusso and Frank's, go eat there. First of all, they have every menu item that you could ever possibly conceive of. And then the other thing, it has this old school, old Hollywood type of grill atmosphere vibe on it. So I like going in there if I have time. And then, but yeah, it's cool. I haven't done it for a while, so I don't know if everything's all kept up, but it's always been pretty captivating just looking at the buildings, especially the ones are old and that are kind of key landmarks.
Mike, thinking back to the years, when you with Graham Harrell, what made him mentally a good fit for the air raid offense?
Starting out in high school, he threw it a lot in high school. When Graham left high school, he was, I believe, at least for a while, the all-time leading passer in the history of the state of Texas. And his dad is a great student of the game, and threw it while they were at Ennis High School there, and his dad was his coach. So he started out throwing it. And then I also think that it was one of those things that as they're sitting at the dinner table passing the potatoes and the vegetables and whatnot, there's probably some football being passed back and forth too. And so I think he came to us as a pretty good student of the game and a sharp guy. And then, and he was a guy that could watch film fairly quickly and pull quite a lot off of it. But he really did a good job. He was a great player for us and a great guy to work with.
When it comes to the quarterback kind of transitioning into running an air raid, is there a mental aspect of the offense that they most commonly struggle with?
I don't know. Really, it's it's one thing to know, what somebody does on every play, but it's another to react to it, where it's almost kind of a muscle memory thing, where you've done it over and over, and some of it's not just this route or whatever, but it's the idiosyncrasies that your receiver, your running back might have, and just the timing of who's where when, and then, the biggest thing is rep it over and over,
Like when you got to Washington State, there wasn't a cultural meeting. What